Hiya Dutch bags and welcome to Techies Lost and Found. This is a new series where I, the ruler of oats, read out articles Techolo writes about something both him and I are very interested in, lost media. I've added a few editor's notes here and there as to how I'll convey certain aspects of articles through this video, such as image references. It's a simple concept, so let's move right into the content of the episode. In this episode, we'll be covering a game called Spongebob Squarepants Saves the Krusty Krab 3D, a game based off the show with the same name of the titular character. It was developed by 3D Groove many years ago in 2002, after they were commissioned by Nickelodeon to do so with this and several of their brands, including Hey Arnold and Dora the Explorer. The company made many games for many other studios as promotion for other studios' products. 3D Groove dubbed these to be advert games, as lazy as the title may seem. Many of their titles have been lost over the years, possibly due to the website which hosted these games officially being taken down several years ago. Publishers they lent the files to for republishing at a different price have rarely kept any of the games they made, as most of the games advertised TV shows that were cancelled long ago. Their games ran on the Shockwave engine, and as a result, each game only consists of a .dcr file. Although one user on the Lost Media Wiki, LimaBoy123, had collected many of the DCR files previously assumed to be lost, he discovered that they all require a specific plugin to be played that 3D Groove assumedly developed, putting most of 3D Groove's games into the unknown status. As I discovered by using the Wayback Machine, we can access a long-gone version of their website, 3dgroove.com. As a disclaimer, I have no clue as to what the website contains nowadays. I'd stay clear of it. Abandoned websites can easily be repossessed by those creating malicious computer viruses. Anyway, on their old website, I found screenshots of many of the supposedly lost advert games they made, but most of the play game buttons on each advert game lead to 404s or old versions. You can find a list of all their advert games and their current status at this link. After about 2010, the homepage of 3D Groove attempts to redirect to otoy.com, but fails every time. With the Wayback Machine, it does send you to its page, but out of fear of it being unsafe as all hell, I decided against visiting it. And it might just be paranoia for my safety, but I'd advise you do the same. I managed to find some screenshots of the website, but they're so small that displaying them on screen would look absolutely terrible. But I'll give you a quick rundown of what they are now. Otoy are a company which produce GPUs for PCs primarily, but they've also dabbled in developing VR hardware as suggested by some of their website screenshots. They make no mention of 3D Groove on this website as far as I can see, and so I have devised two theories as to why this is. My first theory is that Otoy are not at all happy with the company they used to be. It used to be a company which made somewhat cheap Shockwave games for the sole purpose of promoting a brand. They made some original IPs, but most of them are unknown or lost. Not only were there much less of them in comparison to the advert games, they were much less known. In short, you could see 3D Groove as a sellout as a result of failure to generate fun ideas for games. If you are reforming a company under a new name, failure under the previous name is a very valid reason to do so. I see this as the more logical of the two theories, as the second theory, which will be shortly presented, is only based on mystery rather than deduction. My second theory is that the owner, or owners of 3D Groove, went out of business after assumedly mediocre sales of their advert games, which based on the amount of them, was a thing they were banking on to succeed. They left the website to die at the point of the domain's expiration, and have gone on to do whatever else they want to do. Then, several years later, Otoy saw the strategy that 3D Groove employed to stay in business, saw that it failed, and thought that by buying the domain and having it redirect to otoy.com, they could somehow claim the new ownership of the concept of advert games, which they would then plan to do over but with slightly altered aspects of the plan to not fail. Don't get me wrong, that theory was pretty insane, and I know, but that's only because of the fact that, as implied in my first theory, I see no reason for 3dgroove.com to redirect to otoy.com if they hate 3D Groove so much. Why would it instantly associate to otoy.com if they want to distance themselves from 3dgroove.com? This wild second theory gave a look as to why. As for 3D Groove, that's about where their story ends. The Nickelodeon games were hosted on nickarcade.com, and they were shut down many years ago to the despair of my childhood, and many other games were usually given to bigfishgames.com, who have removed the games from their website since. Will we ever see 3D Groove again? Will they ever resell or even just give away their old games? The answer to both is looking to be no, but that doesn't mean we're done yet. Far from it. I may have covered the history of 3D Groove, but we still get their most popular game, don't quote me on it, Spongebob Squarepants Saves the Krusty Krab 3D, to cover. And unlike 3D Grooves themselves who are lost, a leaked demo of this game has been found and is playable. Spongebob Squarepants Saves the Krusty Krab 3D, that's an awful title, I'm just going to call it Krusty Krab 3D, is a 2002 Nick Arcade title starring, who else, SpongeBob, as he goes around collecting a set amount of Krabby Patties each level to advance to the next level. The game has a plot, but it's not exactly rich with adventure, lore and drama as you'll see. To quote the Lost Media wiki page, the story goes, "The evil plankton has stolen all the Krusty Krab's Krabby Patties and has littered them all over the ocean floor. Mr. Krabs is terrified. Can SpongeBob collect all the Krabby Patties before opening time and save the Krusty Krab? Probably." Two known versions of the game exist. The much rarer of the two is still lost, and I can proudly say I played it at a very young age. The first and found version is the leaked playable demo found by our Lost Media wiki user, KoboChat. This was the free version found on nickarcade.com for those not willing to buy the game, but rather just give it a go. In it, you can play as Spongebob, but unlike most trial software, you could play for as long as you wanted. In the second version, the user would pay, or in my case I got it as part of a coupon from a magazine that allowed one free nickarcade.com game as part of a Christmas promotion, to get a much fuller experience. This version allowed you to play as Spongebob, Patrick, and even Squidward. It included a family mode, which has no known function, and full screen capability, although the leaked demo has obviously been modified to allow full screen regardless. Now, obviously if I still had the full version I'd put it up for download right away, but unfortunately it was about 3 when I got this game for a Windows XP machine. I haven't seen it or remembered what that PC looked like for a very long time. Each character has some undetailed yet very basic stats to them, which thankfully, Lost Media wiki page has somehow detailed. Spongebob is the slowest of the 3, Squidward is the fastest, and therefore Patrick is the mid-speed by process of elimination. Each character has a few quotes to spout from the earlier seasons of SpongeBob SquarePants. For example, SpongeBob will say, "I think you're a winner," when the time limit for the level you're playing has been exceeded and the level ends prematurely. This is a quote from the episode Big Pink Loser, found in Season 2 of a show currently airing new episodes from Season 9. As for the Lost Media wiki article, that's about where the info on Krusty Krab 3D ends. However, the webpage has multiple screenshots of the game, and I will display them on screen now, along with the caption they were given on the website. That about ends it for the very first episode of this new series. I do hope you enjoyed this new thing I'm trying out, and feel free to leave some constructive criticism in the comments below. As this is the first episode of a new series, just tell me if you'd like to see more of it in the future in, where else, the comments section. Thank you very much once again for sticking to the end, and I hope to talk to you next time.